if you're tired of constantly forcing yourself to be productive, if you're trying to build better habits but end up doing nothing, if you keep saying, I just need more discipline, then this video might change everything for you. Because what if the reason you're stuck isn't because you're lazy or inconsistent, but because you're trying to change your life through pressure instead of love? You need devotion, you need care, you need a way of living that actually feels good and still gets you to your dream life. And in this video, I'll show you how to do exactly that. And before we begin, hi, I'm Veronika, and on this channel, I'll help you create your dream life one intentional habit at a time. If you're new here, I would love for you to join my free weekly newsletter. I share real-life updates, mindset shifts, and gentle motivation to help you stay grounded and inspired. You can sign up for free at the link below. And if you're ready to get organized with more ease and clarity, make sure to also check out my Notion templates. I've created habit trackers, book trackers, goal planners, and language learning systems to help you stay consistent from the place of love and devotion. Okay, now let's actually begin our video today and talk about why discipline doesn't work. There is this really famous phrase that a lot of you guys might be familiar with. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. And I have tried to use this principle for a very long time, but unfortunately, it didn't really work for me. I mean, it kind of worked at the very beginning, but then it just made me feel extremely tired and I burned out extremely fast. So now I don't think that discipline is the highest form of self-love. I'm honestly over this concept of being disciplined and making myself disciplined all the time. Because what was happening in my life is every time I tried to rely on my discipline, it felt like I was punishing myself. I was constantly telling myself that I have to do something. There's no other way, you just have to do it. And so oftentimes discipline might sound like I ate badly yesterday, so I have to go to the gym today. I'm punishing myself because I ate something bad yesterday, something that I wasn't supposed to eat. And so today I'm gonna punish myself even more. I'm gonna feel extremely guilty and I'm gonna make myself go to the gym because discipline is everything. Discipline is apparently the highest form of self-love. But guys, I really don't want your self-improvement journey to look like your self-punishment journey. Like you're constantly punishing yourself into doing things you don't actually want to do. To me, this doesn't feel like a real kind of self-improvement, like a sustainable kind of self-improvement, the one that actually feels good. This is not the self-improvement that I want to be following because I know it's not sustainable and I know it doesn't feel good. I don't want to shame myself into change anymore. I used to believe that if I were hard enough on myself, I would become worthy. I would become worthy of change, I would become worthy of love, and I would achieve all of my goals. But the truth is, it can be done from a place of love and devotion instead of from this place of punishment and constant shame and guilt. Is rarely sustainable. Yes, maybe you can sustain it for a few weeks, a few months, maybe a few years, but at the end of this process, you're going to feel miserable. You're not going to feel like you're actually getting closer to your dream life. Trust me, I mean, that's what happened to me in the past. I would pay so much attention to my discipline, to my goals and what I actually wanted to achieve instead of actually turning inward and asking myself, what brings you joy? What makes you happy? I would make myself go to the gym. My goal was to go to the gym 5 times a week. And guys, in this video, I'm not saying that, going to the gym is a bad idea. If you genuinely love doing that, please continue doing that. I'm just sharing my story with you. I personally don't really like lifting weights, and I'm only now starting to understand it, accept it, and allow myself to explore different kinds of movement. I also truly believe that exercising is really important for my health, and I'm devoted to my health. But instead of following a path that maybe I saw on social media or maybe I used to follow in the past but I didn't really like, right now I'm trying to build new paths for me while still being devoted to the things that are important to me, like my health, for example. And so the question that I keep on asking myself now is, how can I stay being devoted to my health and do an action that is aligned with my devotion? And that is how I discovered new forms of movement for myself, like practicing rock climbing, bouldering, yoga. Right now, I'm really going deeper into my handstands, for example. All of this are helping me stay devoted to the practice of moving my body without disciplining myself into doing all the different things that I don't actually like. But devotion and love, it hits your heart. It actually feels good. And you can't be devoted. You can't be consistent in something that you don't truly love. And that is how we move on to creating consistency from this place of devotion and love. Devotion is this loving, identity-driven form of consistency. It's when you say, I want to. It's not a war against yourself. You're not trying to make yourself do things because you're punishing yourself. It's a way of honoring who you are becoming. Oftentimes, when you act from this place of devotion, you naturally find consistency. And something that you're doing just becomes sustainable naturally and effortlessly and with ease. Because it comes from alignment and not resistance. I really like to think of devotion and discipline as two different plants that you're trying to take care of. One plant is watered out of obligation, out of your discipline and shame and guilt. Maybe somebody told you to take care of this plant. And so every single time you go to water this plant, you don't like it. You know, you don't really like it. It's not for you. You hate it. And so the whole process becomes absolutely exhausting and you dread this activity. Whereas there's this other plant that you really love and you enjoy taking care of it. Obviously, in this situation, which one is going to grow? Which plant is going to thrive? Obviously, the one that is getting watered out of this place of love and joy. Because this habit, if we are comparing this plant to your habit, it's going to feel like something that you just enjoy doing. And you're gonna continue doing this, not because somebody told you to do it, not because you saw someone else do it on social media. No, because it truly makes you feel alive. And that is why you practice this. That is why you keep on watering this plant. Obviously, the same thing happened to me with going to the gym to lift weights and then going to the gym to practice my handstands. No one has to tell me, Veronika, you have to go to the gym. You have to go practice handstands. I'm running, literally running to the gym because I enjoy this practice so much. Sometimes it becomes hard for me to take a break, to take a day off just because every single day I want to be practicing my handstands. Whereas if somebody were to tell me, okay, Veronika, now for 5 days straight, you'll have to go to the gym to lift weights. Okay, I would be like, I guess I have to. Yeah. It just doesn't feel good. And a really beautiful thing happens when you act out of this place of devotion and self-love instead of this place of discipline. You no longer start needing external motivation. You don't need all of those apps that tell you your streak. You don't care about that anymore because sometimes you need to take a break. I know that when I take a break, I don't do this because I hate this practice, I dread it, I feel lazy. No, I take a break because my body needs some time to recover, to show up even better for my practice. And that is the most powerful thing that devotion can give to you. And I've also noticed that when I'm relying on my discipline, perfectionism comes in because my discipline is constantly telling me, Veronika, you have to be perfect. If your goal is to exercise 3 times a week, 4 times a week, we're aiming for perfection. And if, one day you just feel tired, maybe you're on your period, no. Absolutely not. You have to. I started feeling guilty. I started feeling a lot of shame. This perfectionist mindset is not helping me actually move forward. It's not helping me take care of my body. But when I'm devoted to something, I know that it is totally okay to take a break. I don't need to be perfect to go and chase after my goals. Consistency that is rooted in your identity, that is rooted in who you are, is so much stronger than any kind of discipline you can imagine. Saying I'm a person who is so much stronger than saying I have to. I'm also a person who is pretty sensitive by nature. I gets stuck in my head a lot. And when I allow myself to embrace that sensitivity instead of constantly telling myself that I have to do something or I don't have to do something, it really helps me get closer to me and act more sustainably. When I'm devoted to something, I'm not just chasing some goals or chasing some results. Like, let's say right now I'm practicing my handstands, so my goal might be I want to be able to do a straddle handstand. I know I will achieve my goal because that's not the point. The point is my consistent practice that I'm devoted to. Every single workout is the point. And I know that if I show up like that, if I'm focused on becoming someone instead of just being focused on my goals, I will reach all of my goals. All of this will happen naturally because I'm so focused on building my identity. All right, let's now talk about this next part that I call stop the shoulds. Online, on social media, self-improvement often looks like a performance. You see people doing all of those different things like journaling, doing all of their habits and being very consistent, and you start thinking that you should be doing all of those things as well. And should, just like I have to, is the language of guilt and shame. Because when you skip a day or two, you immediately start feeling guilty. I should go to the gym, I should eat well, I should be like everybody else. But real self-improvement isn't a performance for social media. It's not doing something that everybody else is doing and you're doing this thing just because you think you should. Just because everybody else is doing it, it looks amazing on social media, so you should do it too. Self-improvement is not copying others. It's creating yourself. The focus is not on what other people are doing on social media. The focus is on the self. What actually makes you feel good? What do you like? Eating salads every day isn't the only option. Drinking smoothies every day isn't the only option. And right now, I'm not saying that all of these things are bad. Everything people are sharing on social media is bad. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm a content creator. I share things on social media all the time, on my Instagram stories, my Instagram reels, and it doesn't mean that everything I'm sharing is bad. No. It's just what I see so often is a lot of people feel like they have to be doing this exact same thing that the other person is doing. This other person on social media is dedicated to their own self-improvement. They're doing this thing, and we start thinking that we should be doing the same thing, that maybe we're missing out. Maybe, what this person is doing is the right thing to do. We should be setting the same goals. We should be doing the same thing, but that is absolutely not true. The path of self-improvement is actually getting to know yourself, creating yourself step by step, knowing what you want to do, what you love, what makes you feel good. Your consistency doesn't have to look like somebody else's consistency. When you stop chasing after somebody else's dreams and goals and actually start creating your own life, all of the things in your life just start feeling effortless because it feels so good to your personality, to who you are, that you just start doing them just because this is who you are. Okay, and now I really want to share this beautiful quote with you guys. Attention is the beginning of devotion. The author of this quote is Mary Jane Oliver. She was an amazing American poet who won the Pulitzer Prize in 1984 and the National Book Award in 1992. She loved nature. It was really a very big part of her life, and she also had this habit of going on long walks in the wild. And I'm sure this habit grew from the place of devotion and love, not from copying somebody else, not from this place of shame and guilt. And you know how a lot of people right now are saying that every single day you have to walk 10,000 steps. If I make myself walk 10,000 steps every single day, I'm going to feel so sad because it is not the form of movement that I enjoy. If you love it, if it makes you feel alive, please continue doing that. But it is just not for me. I love taking walks sometimes, not every single day, and definitely not with a goal to hit 10,000 steps every day. So this particular quote, "Attention is the beginning of devotion," comes from an essay in her book Upstream, where Mary Jane Oliver reflects on how simply paying attention to the details, to what is happening around you, to life, is the first step towards caring deeply about something. And so this concept is extremely relevant to being consistent, to building your habits, and actually living a life that feels good. Devotion starts when you truly notice something. You can't love what you're not paying attention to. I love and appreciate my body. I appreciate what it can do already right now. And I notice that when I move my body consistently in a way that I actually like, it makes me feel good. I don't have any aches and pains. I'm growing muscle, and I like seeing what my body is capable of. And the problem is, nowadays in the world of distractions and social media and trying to copy everybody else, it becomes so hard to actually notice yourself and notice what you like and pay attention to your body, what it is trying to tell you, to teach you. You're devoting yourself to that chaos. I mean, let's be honest here. That is exactly what is happening. You are choosing to devote yourself to your phone, to doom scrolling, to spending hours and hours on social media. You love yourself enough to be devoted to something without needing to constantly check your phone, without needing to compare yourself to everyone. Because if you want to be devoted to your growth and to your dreams, your attention must follow. Right now, I'm devoted to talking to you guys, to making this YouTube video, so I silence all of my notifications. Yes, my computer is right here, but all of my notifications are silenced. My attention is right here, right now, on my camera, on what I'm doing in the moment. When I finish recording, I can check everything. I can call people, respond, do things, but most likely I won't even have to, because most of the notifications I receive, they're not urgent. Yes, maybe they're important, but they can wait, especially when I'm dedicating my attention to something that I truly love, that makes me feel good. And to me personally, showing up with real presence is what self-love looks like. Your attention is directed on the thing you're doing right now, or maybe the person you're talking to right now, because this is just what you do, and your attention is so sacred. So guys, I think it's going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to share anything with me, please make sure to leave me a comment. I love responding to you, seeing what your feedback is. Maybe you have some amazing ideas to share with me, so please leave me a comment. I try to read all of them. Also, if you've been feeling scattered, overstimulated, or like your phone is just pulling your attention in a lot of different directions, then this video is for you. Here I share 3 habits that saved me from mindless scrolling. So click right here and I'll see you there.